What's up, guys? All right, look, short video, but man, we're going to get kind of deep here. I want to talk about what causes us to be unhappy. Obviously, this is a loaded question. There are lots of angles and ideas here. I'm just going to kind of hit on a central theme, okay? Oftentimes, the reason we're unhappy is because our reality does not match up with our expectations. Because life is always shifting and changing, and we can never really grab a hold of anything that's permanent. One day you may be fine, the next day you get sick, you may hurt yourself, somebody around you might get cancer, you might lose your job, you might get a job, but then you might miss work, you might have a new job that you're excited about, but then you get a flat tire on the way to work. Things don't always work out. And in fact, nothing really ever works out because we all die in the end, okay? And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. What I'm saying is, life is full of things that are painful and cause anguish. And, these types of situations lead to unhappiness. But also, if you think about it, let's say you were walking down the street and you had $10 in your pocket and it fell out of your pocket. Okay? Now, if that was your last $10, you're going to be unhappy. If you have $10 million in the bank, you're not going to care. So this perspective of the situation is important to understand what makes us unhappy as well, because it's not always the direct situation. It's how we perceive it, how we experience it. What's our background with it? How do our emotions deal with it, right? This leads us to have an experience that directly correlates with our happiness or unhappiness. So it's the way of life to have some type of pain, suffering, and disappointment. It's how we look at the situations that will determine whether or not we're unhappy or whether or not we can have happiness and joy even in those situations. Now, I am not saying you just, if your kid gets sick, and I'm talking, something deadly, of course you're going to be sad and you're going to be upset. But what I'm saying is there's a way to not have an attachment to the problem itself, and to be present in the moment even when it's painful. And when you're able to be present in that moment and to kind of empty yourself from the attachment of the situation, you can find yourself living not so upset, not so depressed. And guys, this is not easy. This takes practice. And it takes time to build this up. And hopefully when you practice this with smaller things in your life, such as just minor inconveniences, when you kind of remove yourself from the situation, detach yourself a bit, and see it from another perspective, and just realize that you're going to be okay, that nothing lasts forever, and that nothing ever, there is no such thing as everything's going smoothly, okay? When you're able to have that kind of perspective shift, it'll change your life. You'll have less anxiety, less stress, less depression. But again, it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight, and if you start with the big things, it's going to be almost impossible. But if you ease yourself into this, okay, I think you're going to find that over time you're less unhappy. So if you're overwhelmed right now, you know, with just, you're just not content. You just don't feel good with your life. I want you to try this. I want you to try detaching yourself from the situation and look at the way your emotions are arising within you. And if you practice like deep meditation, you'll find that you can actually start to control how you feel about certain situations. You will be able to basically, almost like you're steering your emotions in a way. Now, this isn't going to make you a cold person, a flat person. You know, you're not going to be unfeeling. But you're going to be able to have more control. You're going to be able to have a different outlook, kind of a new view of things, a new understanding of your own life. And you'll stop being so, you know, swayed and just floating in the wind with every new thing that happens. Oh, woe is me. You know, just because the wind's blowing hard one direction doesn't mean you're going to go in that direction anymore. You're going to find that you will be able to choose your path. And in getting that control, you're going to start to find yourself. You're going to do some deep work inside and find out how to form your life when there's chaos around you. You can have that life at peace. And I've talked about this in another video. We see all the time, we see celebrities that have everything on the outside, right? Fame, money, any whatever sexual desires they want, they can probably fulfill. They have everything that we think is like the quintessential pleasures in life, but yet they're empty on the inside. And we see all these celebrities committing suicide, right? Getting caught up in drugs and escaping their lives. And we think, what are they trying to escape? They've got everything that we have heard makes you happy, and they're unhappy because it's not those outside things. And if those outside things that are pleasurable and good can't make you happy, it's also true that those outside things that bring you pain can't make you unhappy. And I'm using happiness here as not as like, again, happiness is not, I'm not talking about pleasure. I'm talking about a deep joy, like a purpose, a meaning, a direction in your life. That's the happiness I'm talking about. Not easy. I told you guys this was going to go a little deep. I think I also said it's going to be a short video. Maybe I rambled too much. Guys, hope y'all have a great day.